going to take you through a couple packages, specifically these packages up here, Tidyverse, APA tables, and Pixie Dust. And it's going to be all about taking a regression or a correlation table and then trying to turn it into a plot that you can put into Excel or Word or whatever and use it, edit it outside of R eventually. So make sure first off that you have all of these packages installed, and then also make sure that they are currently active in your library. So call the library function on all of them. I've already done all that, and it takes a second. When you do the install packages, there'll be all this text that shows up, and just let it go. It shouldn't be any problem. It'll be red text too, so it's a little scary, but do not worry about it. We're also going to be using a data set that comes with the Tidyverse package. Sometimes our packages come with pre-installed data sets that are, you can just kind of experiment and practice with them. This data set, by running this code, you can see it's fuel economy data from 1999 and 2008 for 38 popular cars. If you want to look at all of the different variables in it, they are right here. You've got model name, engine displacement. We're just going to start off just messing around with it and plotting speed against stopping distance. So that's displacement and highway mileage. So we're just going to call the point and the smooth plot function to do both a point mapping and a smooth mapping. The smooth one brings this line here. The blue line is the regression line of sorts, and the gray is the standard error. But we're just doing that to kind of start off, look at our data, check it out, see what's going on, see if we can think that there is some sort of correlation or not. So one thing to notice is that it looks like it's a pretty good correlation up until a certain point. And then all of a sudden it gets the high end is a little bit odd. And maybe that's outliers, maybe, who knows what it is. Maybe it's just not enough sample, because you can see we only have the one dot there and the one dot there. It's a little confusing exactly what's going on, and maybe this car is just in a different class or something than the other cars. But we're not going to spend too much time worrying about all of that. We are just going to start trying to make a correlation table of that. So this first function here is part of the APA tables package, and you can see that it sort of works as an APA table when we run it. So let's just go through the syntax here. I'm calling this function apa.core.table, so that's saying make a correlation table. MPG, that's my data set. And then the file name, this is what the output file is going to be. And it's going to go into my working directory, which I've already set. So it's a good idea to set your working directory. I did it right here. I just have it as our Learning Community Workshop 3. And there are other videos or other resources online that will go into more detail about how to set a working directory. But that's where it will go out. You can see here in my files that I've already done this. If you have your working directory set up, then it will just show you right here what files are in that folder. So the table number is 2 and the landscape is true, so that's just about the format of the table. Let's look at it and then we'll get into a little bit more. So table number is, you can just tell it what table number it is. So if it's the 4th table in your paper, then you would put table 4. So it will just populate that for you. Here, let's make this a bit bigger so you can see it a bit better. And then this is the table right here. This is what it will kind of look like. But that's not all. It's a .doc file. So if you have Word, you can actually open it up and you will see what the table looks like in Word. Here it is, trying to run away from me. So this is what the table will come out and as Word. And you can see it's pretty close to APA. It's not bad. It's got some stuff like you don't necessarily always need these, but they're all explained down here. But it can be helpful. So yeah, it's not bad. A pretty easy way to make a correlation table, really. And it does it in the cool way where it does the diagonal thing going downward.